Well, hello everyone, how are you all, you beautiful, beautiful people? And look, it's me, video 2 of 2, so if you've only seen 1, go check it out at the end of this video. And just hope, because by now I will be on, I think I'll be on an aeroplane, I think, possibly, definitely, I can't remember what time it is. Which doesn't bode well, considering half the time I don't know what day it is either. But anyway, let's get straight into the meat and potatoes, as I have some bad news, guys. I have some devastating news. Now, actually, I've got 2 lots of bad news. Let's deal with the bad news number 1 first, and that is that the JonBenet Ramsay case has not been concluded. I'm very sorry to tell you, all of you who were duped, yes, the JonBenet Ramsay case is still ongoing, and it's highly likely that this person who has come forward and claimed that they are the person who did it is full of shit. So I do hate to be the bearer of bad news. I did wait, I've held off, because obviously when it was broken, you know, breaking news, that it had finally, everything had slowly fell into place and, you know, it was a done deal. I thought, I've got to trust this person, because everything they've said up to now has been complete and utter honesty, crowdfunding, etc. And so I held off and waited. But yeah, nothing. And Ken Mains has come in, and he is now, because he's got involved, and look, I've said before, I don't agree with everything Ken Mains says. I don't. But he has waded in on this case as well. And he has turned around and he has specifically spoken about numerous things. But the bit I want to talk about is touch DNA. So he has talked about touch DNA, and the context that he used with touch DNA is basically that touch DNA cannot be trusted. If it was bodily fluids, if it was, you know, blood, for instance, then that's bang to rights, but you can't trust touch DNA. So when you factor what we're looking at in the Idaho 4 case and touch DNA, that feeds into what I'm talking about in video 1 today, which if you've missed it, go and see it, because we talk about the importance of when the DNA got on the knife sheath. Where was the knife sheath when it got on it, and how did it get on it? Because the absence of an answer to that question doesn't necessarily then put Bryan Kohberger at 1122 King Road because of the knife sheath. It'll make more sense if you go and watch the other video in a bit. But yeah, so look, the JonBenet Ramsay case is not over, and yeah, basically you can't, and this is an ex-law enforcement person who has been very, very biased in the Bryan Kohberger case. You know, at the end of the day, it is what it is with that. Some will say it's because of experience. Some will say that it's because he does want to support the work that law enforcement has done. He obviously wants to give them a pat on the back and say they've done a fantastic job, and that will come out later. Maybe they have, maybe they ain't, who knows. But touch DNA, pinch of salt, not a done deal, and we've now got to hope that the prosecution have a hell of a lot more stuff, because they are going to need to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Bryan Kohberger was inside 1122 King Road. That's important. Not just that he went to Moscow, Idaho, but that he went into this property and done the crime. And now, before I go, the last bit of bad news for all of you naysayers out there. Look, I'm not getting into any more of this row over what is right to put on Patreon, what we should be talking about, what we shouldn't be talking about. But what I won't be called is a liar. And there's a lot of people who are turning around and saying that Annie Elise did not advertise the content around this little boy as being graphic, as being exclusive, as being Patreon only exclusive, and, you know, all these things, which I'll show you here. And these pictures are straight off of her Patreon account. What people seem to forget is that the Patreon tier itself has a header. And that header is the thing that draws people in. That's the marketing thing. You hide it behind the paywall, and then you get to advertise what this paywall is offering. And that is graphic content, not seen anywhere else. Early release and all this. And this is what people have a problem with. This is what I've got a problem with. But look, it is what it is. Some people don't care, some people do care, and I couldn't give a fuck about those that think that's right, that can be argued. I genuinely couldn't care less, because I'm not going to change how I feel about it. I just feel that, yes, we all fly very close to the sun in this niche. We truly, truly do. But when it comes to children, when it comes to the imagery around their torment, their torture, it's got to be a line drawn. It's got to be a line drawn, and that's just the way I see it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But there we go. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and the next video that you see will hopefully have some sunshine behind us. So, fingers crossed. See you in the next one.